Thank you for stopping by my channel. I've been told by many people that I should record a video of me telling my story instead of you reading it, because I've been told that you can see the emotion behind the words as they're being spoken from me. Well, I joined 2 months before 9/11. I was still in high school. The reason I joined was because my great uncle was in the Vietnam War. He told me about his service. He didn't tell me anything combat related, but I could tell that he created a big bond, a brotherhood, when he was in. And most of you don't know, I do have a stepbrother. He actually got in a car accident a year before I was injured in combat. He also has a traumatic brain injury. He went one route and I went the other route. Obviously, I'm able to sit here and speak to you and stream and talk to the chat and everything. He's not able to do that. I'm 2 years older than him. I'm 34 right now. So he's 32. He's all there, but he's not at the same time. But anyways, so like I said, I joined 2 months before 9/11, and 9/11 happened. I was in high school. I was in computer class, and a teacher poked their head into the classroom, and they told the other teacher that the World Trade Centers got hit. The whole day, there were TVs in every classroom. We didn't do any schoolwork. We just watched as it unfolded. But I ended up going into basic. First duty station was Korea. Did a year there. And then end of 2003, December, I got stationed at Fort Hood. Deployed March of 2004. So a short period of time to get to know the guys that I would have to trust with my life. We're pretty much fast forward to August. August 4th or 5th. It always slips my mind on what exact day it was. It changed a lot of lives. 6 or 7-year-old kid decided to throw grenades. I was at the rear of the formation. After arguing with an M16, an M4 rifleman that was in the rear of the formation, I had the saw. And we finally switched, and I guess the grenade landed in between his legs. And as we were arguing, I saw it. Well, they said that I pushed him out of the way, and thus saving his life and taking the blast. Obviously, dazed and confused, the second grenade was thrown, and it landed 2 feet away from the left side of my skull. The explosion ended up shattering the left side of my skull. And right in here, you can see the scar, and it goes all the way down the top of my head. Dazed and confused, my helmet blown off from the first grenade. I stood up, and I guess I was walking in a circle, and I felt something dripping on my left hand. I'm a left-handed shooter. And I thought, oh shit, I'm sweating really bad. So I go and I wipe my forehead, and I look at my hand, and I can handle other people's blood, but my own, I look at my hand and it's just dripping in my own blood, and I passed out. Specialist Smith, a guy that I actually went to basic training with, was also the guy that I saved. My nickname was No Go. He was screaming, "No Go's hit, No Go's hit. We need a medic. Where's the medic?" My team leader, Sergeant Terry Prater, comes over and he grabs the back of my flak vest and he pulls me face down because I'm still in and out of consciousness, and I come to and I roll myself over and I figure out pull rear security because I don't know what the hell's going on. I see a third grenade thrown. It lands near my feet. I start trying to get up. He looks back and he sees the grenade. And now, mind you, I'm a saw gunner. So I got the saw. I've got 2 drums on me, and I've got a drum on the saw, and I've got my flak vest. Full battle rattle, as you may say. With one arm, he just pulls to where I'm behind him and he's looking towards the grenade. Luckily, no fragments of the grenade got into his face. Just some of the sand and debris got into his neck and his face. They get me into a shop that was trying to close down. Now here's the thing. We knew that we were going to get into a firefight because shops were closing down early and there were no kids on the streets. That's one thing that you should know if you're in a combat zone. If there's normally kids all around and the shops are always open at certain hours of the day, if they close early and there's no kids, shit's about to go down. But anyways, the Humvees come pulling up, and Sergeant Prater carries my upper body, Specialist Smith carries my legs, and I see a 4th grenade go over us. I start moving around, and Sergeant Prater, realizing that when I do that, there's something wrong, he sees the other grenade. He yells, "Grenade." Smith drops my legs. Sergeant Prater covers my head and my legs, shielding me from the blast. They ended up getting me in the back of the Humvee. Sergeant Prater was in there first. And I guess I was laying on someone's legs, because all I could hear was, "Get off my legs, get off my legs." And the medic was checking on everybody in the back of the Humvee. Now, here's the thing. You guys see all these Humvees, they're all covered and everything. No. That wasn't the Humvee I was in. The Humvee I was in, it was like a pickup truck. 2x4s on the side and the back tailgate and nothing covering us. And then just one pull straight up the back of the cab with a machine gun on it. So anybody could just shoot down inside there. But like I was saying, the medic, Doc Russo, he was checking on Sergeant Prater. He's like, "Check to see if No Go's alright." Because that day, I was the one that got injured the most. I was the worst case that day. He comes over to me, and I could still barely hear. And it was as if the world was red, because I had so much blood in my eyes. And he looks at me and he says, "No Go, are you alright?" Now, the left side of my brain took damage. And I said to him, I said, "Get me the fuck out of here. I'm not supposed to die here." And I could see confusion in his eyes. And he's like, "I don't understand what you're saying." And I just put my hand on his shoulders, and I just looked at him. And just that look, he knew what I was thinking. And he looked over at Sergeant Prater. He said, "No goes fine." And I guess when we got to the hospital, I walked in on my own. I don't remember. That's what they all say. I walked in on my own, but I don't remember walking in on my own. I found out a couple years ago that I had to have a complete oil change. Complete oil change meaning all the blood that I lost had to be replaced. All the blood that I had in my body that morning was gone. Complete blood transfusion. That's why I thank everyone that donates blood. But it took me 3 months to learn how to do everything all over again. In my speech therapist class, therapy class, sorry. There was a picture of a baseball. And they said, "Do you know what that is?" I shook my head, yes. They said, "Can you write it?" Imagine writing with your non-dominant hand. I wrote bink ball. But I ended up getting out in 2006. And 2007, I got a call from one of the guys that I served with. He was actually my bunkmate in Iraq. He said that he had some bad news. And I thought everybody had gotten out. But he told me Sergeant Prater was gone. My hero, the guy that saved my life, had died. I've done a lot of things in his honor. I've had a golden dog tag put on a star in Iraq, not in Iraq, in Cape Coral, Florida. In his memory, I created the song Down Below. In his memory, I got a tattoo on my left forearm of a Valkyrie. If you don't know about Valkyries, they pretty much fly above the battlefield and they pick out the heroes to take them to heaven, or Valhalla. I golf with 2 different golf organizations, and every time I go out, I talk about him. I spread the word about him, because I'm just a ripple in this world, and he was the stone. Soon, I'm going to be getting the song in demo quality to be able to take it to a radio station, have it played on the radio. I stream to talk about him. I stream to honor him. But that's pretty much the gist of the story that's down below. Maybe a couple added on parts of this video. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching this video. Whether you follow or not, just you watching this video means a lot to me, because it shows that you sat down and you watched and you learned a little bit about me, because streaming to me is my therapy session. Thank you for watching. You guys have a good day, good night, good morning, or whatever.